Less than 20 for a whole week?
Yeah, for a whole week. So it's way more affordable here.
Hey, what's up you guys? Ashley here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to have
Angeli.
Yay! I'll link her channel down below. I'm going to be doing a video with her on her channel. She's also an international student who moved to Hobart beginning of last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, from Indonesia. So I thought it'd be super cool to sit down and chat about culture shocks of moving to Tasmania from two completely different parts of the world. Yay!
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I love these kinds of conversations, and I think everyone watching, obviously, well, I hope so, because I clicked on the video, will find it really interesting, because it's just, even we were just chatting a little before, it was like, oh wow, I haven't even thought about that.
No, right?
Yeah, it's just things you don't even realize. Okay, so let's get right into it. Make sure you guys subscribe, Road to 2K, and make sure you guys go over to Angeli's channel and subscribe to her, check out her video, and let's get into it. Okay, so first main culture shock.
I just realized the beauty of walking here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how, well, I mostly came from a country that most of the people use either car or even motorcycle. So I just really love the beauty of walking, so I can just randomly see like people, and then yeah, just like habit of walking is really nice, because I can just enjoy everything like that the world given, kind of. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, something that I get asked a lot is, oh, have you gotten a car yet? Like, I have so many people ask you if you, well, do you have a car?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't either. And I don't necessarily need one right now, because everything that I need and work and everything's in the city.
It is.
But I don't mind walking.
Yeah.
The bus system isn't bad here
No,
compared to other parts of the world.
Exactly, all of them is just accessible, just a minute of walk, and everything is just so simple. You can just reach everything. There's like an Uber as well. So yeah, for me, I think, well, personally, even though I live in the quite far area, well, not really that far, like 30 minutes walk, but somehow I quite enjoy the
That's a
habit
nice
of
distance.
walking. Yeah,
It's like nice because like you just like pop in music or a podcast.
Exactly.
And yeah, no,
Just-
I don't mind that at all.
Exactly, that's it. Like, do you find it fun as well? Do you enjoy
Yeah,
it?
I don't mind it. I mean, my followers will know I'm always on the bus. I'm always
Exactly.
walking places.
I
Yeah,
saw
literally
your
getting
story all the time.
getting my steps in. Yeah, I honestly don't mind it. Like you're saying, like you kind of get to see places that you wouldn't normally see, and honestly, I really don't mind not having a car. Like sometimes it is annoying because Tassie does have so many beautiful spots, but if you have friends that have a car, or I did do
It's nice.
yeah, oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, I don't mind it, and then I'm still on the uni student fee for the metro bus, so it's like 50% off fees.
Exactly, yes.
So yeah, honestly, it's not bad. I don't mind it.
Enjoyable, yeah.
Yeah, because also not having to worry about parking in the CBD.
Oh, it's too much for a parking.
I can't.
Yeah.
Literally. Or it's so funny, like people will visit, and I'm just like so used to like, say walking to Salamanca or whatnot, and it's like a 15-20 minute walk.
Just really
And I'm like, oh, that's nothing. And then people will come and they're like, oh, are you Ubering back? I was like, no, it's only a 15-minute walk. Like,
exactly. But somehow, I feel like not every place in Tasmania is like walk distance area, especially, you know, like Cradle Mountain.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then, yeah, Bruning Island.
yeah, no.
We definitely need a car to get or reach that specific place. But if you just basically living in Tasmania, mainly in the CBD area, definitely walk is accessible. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything is accessible by walking there.
Yeah, because I'd be worried, like, even if I had a car, like, I'm sure I would use it, like, on weekends or do, like, road trips, but then I feel like it would just sit and collect dust during the week. Because I'm like, oh, the grocery store's not far, oh, I just walk here,
And then,
or whatnot. Because, yeah, parking especially, I just wouldn't know what to deal with.
with.
But yeah, there are a lot of nice places in Tassie that you can get to, but at the moment, I just don't feel the need to get a car. Yeah.
Okay, so I really love the greeting culture here in Australia. Don't you notice that as
So
well?
what is it like in Indonesia?
Well, most people in Indonesia also called to be really nice as well, but somehow it's quite different here. You know, my first experience was when I was in the dorm, and then yeah, just people randomly passed me, and I was staring down there, but people greeting me nicely.
You're like, oh hi, and you're like, oh my
Exactly.
gosh, oh wait, hi. Like it just kind of like snaps you.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
Mhm.
But yeah, that's the greeting culture, and it kind of become a daily habit, which is really nice. And somehow I quite become an extrovert person here, which is really completely different when I was two. It's really mind-blowing.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting, and I totally agree. I think I've mentioned it before, but like in the US, it's like if you say hi to random people, it's just like, why are you talking to me?
Exactly.
Like especially like New York City, tri-state, New Jersey area, it's just like, why are you wasting my time in greeting
They
me?
just mind their own business.
Yeah, whereas here it's a lot more like even random people in the street, like sometimes people will smile and it just kind of
Exactly.
catches me off guard and I'm like, huh?
Is it okay?
Yeah. Whereas like in the US, if that happened, I would be worried for my safety. It becomes more of like your daily habit and you just get more accustomed to doing it. And,
Exactly.
or like small talk in like cafes and whatnot. Like the amount of times I'll go to a cafe here and I'll like order my coffee and then I'm just used to walking away. But then some of them will be like, oh, how's your day going? Or what's on the agenda for the day? And I'm like, it takes me like a good 5 seconds.
Wow.
I'm like, wait, huh? And then I have to like think of an answer and I'm like, what am I doing? And
Exactly.
yeah.
It's just like keep going and it just makes like everyone really looks friendly here. Really nice being here. That's it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree. Yeah, because definitely not the case
Exactly.
where we're from. Nice. Okay, next up, number 3.
Number 3. The third culture shock, which is somehow I found that some people here might looks a bit fake because as you know that before everyone just say the greeting, hi, how are you, and then yeah, it's just become our daily talks, our daily habit, and I somehow confused like whether is it a genuine answer and how to differentiate kind of this question, things like that, you know?
Yeah, that's completely fair. Like that's a big part of it because you're like, okay, are they just saying this because they feel like they have to, or do they genuinely want to know what's on my agenda for the day? Yeah, I think that's completely fair. I definitely think, at least in my experience, like I could totally be reading people wrong, but I do think for the most part it is genuine. I definitely do think there are times where I'm like, probably not, but let's just roll with it. Like, let's just like, you know, we're both being nice, like we're being civil,
being positive.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. It's definitely a weird space to get into, headspace, especially if you're not used to it.
Exactly.
Because whereas in a lot of times, again, in the US, it's very much like you can just read it on their face. It's like, it's a lot easier, at least for me, to be like, oh, you're totally being fake. Or them like just straight off the bat being like, hey, what do you want? Okay, next. And you're like, okay, well clearly they're not in a chatty mood today.
Exactly.
Because do you find people like harder to read?
Yeah, I'm not really sure like whether it's like a really, it might just be like a personal opinion where I do have the experience that people that I chat to is not exactly as nice as she like or he usually like talk and things like that. It's just they feel really completely different, and yeah, that's why maybe just things that might pop up in my head at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Moving internationally too, like everywhere has different customs and different flows. Yeah, culture, different flows of conversation. So it's definitely things. Okay, so number 4, I'm really curious for you how expensive or cheap things are here.
It was crazy.
Which way? Cheap or expensive?
Expensive.
Oh, expensive. Okay.
It's more way expensive here. So for like a daily food, especially maybe like let's say a grocery. Yeah, I usually spend around $35 per week.
In Indonesia?
No, in Australia. But maybe I can say family can only spend less than $20, which is a bit more cheaper compared to this.
Less than 20 for a whole week?
Yeah, for a whole week.
Whereas in the US, it's normally like when I was living alone or like living with other people, it was almost 100 USD for a week. Whereas here,
So it's way more affordable here for you.
for me, yes, because like when you convert it, I'm like, oh wow, that's so cheap. Not for everything, but for a lot of things. But yeah, for groceries, for example, I definitely found, I don't know if it's just Woolies or Kohl's, but I just stock up on things at Woolies when they're half price. Or not like really stock up, but I'll get like a few.
I got it.
And then it just saves you money in the long run. Whereas
Definitely.
I don't think US brands do that as much. They might do like 20 cents off and you're like, what's the point? But like I can spend like 60 on groceries here, whereas
Wow.
that's like 40 USD.
But you stock up things, right? So you decent.
A little bit, yeah. It definitely varies. Like some weeks I can spend 20, some weeks I can spend 60, sometimes in the middle. Like it really depends. But like it's so much cheaper for me here.
Definitely.
Also rent is a lot cheaper here.
Yeah, but it's not specifically like really like have the idea of like the exact like expense that I have before. As actually this is my first time of living alone. Totally.
Yeah, so it's hard to compare on some
compare
things.
exact and maybe things that I can really see much the difference like about the price here. Maybe we can compare. Can we call out a brand here?
Yeah, go for it. Go
Yeah,
for it.
okay.
Yeah, call out brands.
Let's say that Sambero around $13.
Yeah.
I know 15. Maybe somehow it can be $18.
Mhm.
But anyway, in my country it may just only $4.
Whereas in the US, like Chipotle, which is, you know, essentially sombreros, but so much better if it's Chipotle, is like 13 USD.
Ooh,
So that would be like
wow.
16.70 Australian. Yeah, but then again, like back to the groceries, fruits and vegetables for the most part are more expensive here.
How is it?
Like a lot more expensive. Like the fact that one capsicum can be like $3, $4, I'm like used to 90 cents. But then other fruits and vegetables aren't that expensive and they're about the same. But I don't know what it is about, berries are really expensive, capsicums are really expensive.
Just
There's some other random vegetables that are really expensive.
I think yeah, for me everything is really expensive.
Oh.
So I can just really compare like everything is much more expensive compared to back in my home country. I have that things in mind where I just want to spend everything on my country. Every time like I have friends back to my country, I'm always like ask them
Yeah.
Indonesia.
Yeah. And so like, would you say overall, like say if you like go out to the mall and buy clothes, is it cheaper in Indonesia as well?
For that thing, yeah, it's way more cheaper, I can say. Yeah.
I would say clothes are also cheaper in the US because
Right.
like merchandise, like goods and things are so expensive here.
Exactly.
Like I've complained about it before, but my Vans that I always wear, I got these 2 for $50 USD at the outlet in the US, whereas Vans here can go up to like 130 Australian.
Wow.
So
Haven't
every
really-
time I go home, or even when I was just in the
You will
UK,
buy.
I get sneakers. I don't buy sneakers in Australia. Or some clothes are about the same, but some are a bit more. It depends on the brands, I think.
Definitely.
But yeah, like some like manufactured goods, that's what I was looking for, are a lot more expensive here.
Totally agree.
Yeah. You're like, I agree.
I will always agree about that.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, fifth and final one.
Okay, this is the final
Fifth
one.
culture shock.
Everything here is accessible by food, our food. Because maybe not now. Everything maybe already you can like pay it by your phone already.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
did you
everything-
not have like Apple Pay or things like that
Maybe
as
not.
recently?
Yeah, maybe not now
Mhm.
as they have the improved technology already. But when I was back like in my home country like last year,
Mhm.
there was nothing like that.
Mhm.
I don't even know that I can connect my bank card to Apple.
To Apple? Well, it's so funny because
That's it.
yeah, the US definitely was behind as well. Like Australia and when I lived in New Zealand, like all of the cards have been tapped for years.
Yeah.
Whereas I only got my first tap card in the US like not even 2 years ago. And then I only got Apple Pay last year, and I was such an idiot. I was going on the New York subway when I was home in July this past year, and I like went into a place near Times Square, like around the subway station, where they didn't have like a card machine.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's fine. Like I'll just set up Apple Pay because you can tap your phone. And so then I was like, oh yeah, this is great. And so I'm like going to do it. And you know how it says like double tap?
Yeah.
I thought it meant like tap the screen.
Great.
So I'm like standing there like an idiot with all these tourists going by me, and I'm like trying to tap the screen. I'm like, I'm 25 years old and I cannot figure out Apple Pay for the life of me.
Not even me either.
No.
You know what? Like when I was like maybe a couple months ago, I haven't connect my bank account with the Apple Wallet. So I quite like seeing someone like they use their phone and they're tapping their screen, not exactly screen, like the button, right? And then I tried several times.
You're like, let me just tap the button and something will connect and it'll be great.
I use my phone and then tapping, but it's not even working. Later after, my friend taught me, oh, you can actually connect it, but you need to connect it manually. It's not connected.
Yeah, it doesn't like automatically like go through your bank and phone. It's like, oh yeah, Apple Pay, let's do it. That's so funny. I was so behind on that as well.
I know, that's really.
Or even like my family, when they came over the holidays, like most of them don't have tap cards, or they might have one. And so everywhere we were going, it's so annoying because if you don't have a tap card and you have a chip, you have to sign it here.
Exactly.
So, and like, at least in the US, nowhere does that. No one makes you sign anything anymore. So honestly, like my cards and most of the back of my family cards, like they don't even have a signature in the thing. So some people here were like super chill about it. They're like, yeah, whatever, like if you have an ID or something, that's fine. That matches the card. But then some were so strict about the signature here in Tasmania. And then we were like, well, there's not even a signature on the back.
Yeah. We just casually get a card delivered to our home. Right?
Yeah, like we don't even bother to fill it out. But then someone even asked me yesterday to check my signature when I did a pay wave. Just yesterday here in Hobart. And then I was like, well, I don't have a signature, but I can like show you an ID to make sure it's me.
How was it?
It was fine, but it was like I had no signature on the back.
Me neither, yeah.
And then he was like, oh, here's a pen, you can fill it out for next time. And then I like barely tried and it like wasn't right. And I was like, I give up, no one does this anymore.
Exactly. Just don't bother.
You know, that was the first time with PayWave where I was just like, oh, I can't.
So I don't have the signature on the back as well, so yeah.
Oh well, whatever.
Oh good, just forget about it.
Yeah, we'll just forget about it. Amazing, well thank you so much for coming on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this little chatty discussion. Again, make sure to go over to her channel and subscribe, and I'll be doing a video with her. What are we doing?
A weekly groceries.
Yay!
Based on American budget.
Oh wow, you're gonna be spending a lot of money.
I'll keep you secret until you guys watch my video.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, make sure you all have it linked down below as well. And thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh yay! So happy we finally got to meet up. And catch you guys next time. Bye.